block this call and all future calls, press 7. To reject this call, hang up. You may begin speaking now.
Hello, welcome to Convict Inc. I'm your host, Robert Rosso. It is December the 7th. And I know that videos dropped today, or the audio of me. It is December 7th, so maybe this will be tonight, tomorrow. I'm not really sure, whatever. So something happened, and I just wanted to throw it out there. Many of you know that I was doing legal assistance work when I got out, or was in the process of starting. I did a couple things when I got out in 21. Actually, it was 22. I think I started for a minute, maybe December of 21. That was December of 21. And then I get locked up on this case 3 years later. I go to county jail. I start doing, guys actually ran my name and realized that I had a life sentence and that I overturned it myself, and start asking me a bunch of legal work. Had an issue with the guy in the pod where he was trying to pay me, what was it, $3,000, $2,500, whatever it was. Could never make the connection on the money because it was a trust fund, and he was a trust fund guy, and he could only send money at a certain time, and I was on my way out the door. I ended up doing his legal work. It was a few different motions, and he used that money to have a pizza party for the pod I was in when I left. Then I get to Cimarron, and did some things for people for free. There was a couple guys that had some big money that were trying to do some things, never panned out. And then I got to this institution, and a lot of people have compassionate releases in. Now, let me back up. People in prison who do legal assistance, aka jailhouse lawyers, are prohibited from getting paid, although everybody knows that we do. I have not in this institution really been doing anything like that. Somebody did approach me that I have known since Leavenworth about a brief some time ago, and he's got a life sentence. I also know that he had some money, and he asked me if I could help him out. And I told him I would. At first, it was a help out basis. He said that he would pay me, and he asked me how much, and I told him $3,000. Well, I write up the brief. His issue, he like me, third-time drug offender. So he had 2 prior drug convictions. His drug convictions were 2 plants of marijuana seedlings, actually, that just sprouted. That was one conviction, so manufactured marijuana. And the other one was a half gram of methamphetamine that was found in a glove compartment in a car with 4 people. Those were his prior convictions. And then he got hit with a bigger meth case in the 8th Circuit. I'm not saying his name because he didn't want his family to know, but I will in the future. But anyway, here's what happens. I write the brief up. I realize he's got an issue, and it's a winner. It's a locks. I mean, I knew I was going to knock this one out of the park. The problem was the judge he had went in front of.
This call is from a federal prison.
We previously done, I believe it was, we found 8 cases where he granted in part something, 2 where he actually let people out. One of them was both of them I think were sex offenses. So I studied this judge for about a week. I pick up his language. Every judge has a pattern, or certain language you can pick up on. This one liked to use unfortunately a lot when he denied people. So I came back and I wrote a brief up, and I put fortunately on some. That's just little tricks that I learned on throwing judges' words back in their faces. Psychological move, whatever you want to say. But it took me no time to put the brief together whatsoever. Well, then he comes back and he says, on the second thought, he talked to his family. They didn't want to come up with the money. They didn't want to do it. That he was going to do it on his own. Well, I just left. I originally was going to do it. And then it became about money. I know he has it. I knew he did. But it was never about that. But then it became about that. Well, I left the scrap or the first draft, rough draft brief in his thing, and he said he was going to do it. He came back and he showed me something of what he did, and it was basically copied mine and mixed a few words together. No problem. Okay. Matter of fact, I even helped him with it a little bit. Well, and I found out that he submits it, and we talked 2 nights ago, and his sister went out and got an attorney last week. Didn't know what the attorney did, what kind of role the attorney was playing, because they didn't need anything. There was nothing there. This guy had a winner. It was just going to be a dickhead judge if he lost. Well, he won. Life sentence gets flipped. He asked me not to tell anybody around here, and he hasn't told his family yet, and for whatever reasons. Well, I kind of had a little feeling, and I just wondered, and I asked him if I can see a copy of the brief that he put up, and he didn't have it. So I got a hold of one of my friends who can pull it off Pacer. Lo and behold, the brief that was filed was exactly what I wrote. So here's the problem. Here's what sucks. When you do legal work, now I don't know if that's what I'm going to do when I get out. I have a chance where I can be a writ writer. That's what they call it. That's legal assistance. My friend works for a law firm. They have a service. They've offered me if I want to do that. I've in the beginning I did, wavered back and forth. I've had opportunities pop up lately, different stuff, but that would be the 18th person that has got out as a direct result of something I did of my work. Okay, that'd be. I think it's, and I'm sure it was the first lifer, and that's what makes it a big deal, and that's what makes it bittersweet, because the lawyer takes credit for it, and there was just a few legalese. I mean, nothing really changed, and yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting there saying this. I have not even.
This call is from a federal prison.
It's like I haven't even went back over and showed him that brief. Like, he doesn't even know that I got a hold of my friends and had them send me the copy of the brief. Has no clue. And nor is it the guy's 60. Like I said, I've known him. It's not. The big deal is what happens in something like that. You want the W. You want the one on your name. Not only if I got out and I wanted to do that increases the value of what you do, of your work, but it's a pat on the back for sure. But having said that, and you know what? There's somebody I know and love and still do that always said that I was soft. I'm really, when it comes down to it, I'm soft as fucking cotton. And I mean, as far as I remember her saying to me one time, I can't believe you were ever a drug dealer. Like, how did you get paid? Because I let things go. Like, I've said before to people, when I was a dealer, if you owed me money, I just didn't fuck with you again. You can owe me. I've had people owe me up to $10,000. I just didn't fuck with them again. But it's the same thing. Like, here, okay, that's what he did to me. What am I going to do? I for sure wish I had the W under my name or attached to my name on this. But nevertheless, at least it gave me some content for you guys, right? Otherwise, what am I going to do in here? So, I mean, this is kind of like the audio diary I'm throwing out, and real stuff that happened. And anyway, I thought I would share. What am I down to? It's the 7th. So actually, it's 49 and a wake up. Oh, by the way, I forgot who it was. It was a lady. She's a court reporter. In my comment section said she'd love to reach out to me. Look, you guys can reach out to me at Robert Rosso, number 05546-010, P.O. Box 1600, or, I'm sorry, Robert Rosso, number 05546-010, FMC Butner, P.O. Box 1600, Butner, North Carolina, and the zip code is, what's the zip code, do you know? Here? 27509. Okay, that says my friend Gary Settle. By the way, those of you who know out of Boston, Derek Capozzi, I know a lot of you did. You guys have contacted me. Derek Capozzi people. Tell him Gary Settle said hi. Take care.